Hi there. Today we're starting out in the mines today. Reason being is we decided to tackle one of these iron veins, one of the mega iron veins that we found. And yeah, you guys could see a before shot right now. And this is what it looked like before when we found it. We mined out a little bit of it, but we decided to fully tackle this thing. And here's the after shot. So if we go up this way, all the way, this is all stuff that we dug out. Oh, Lordy. And we're going to continue to go up here. Yeah, this went up so far, and it went down all the way to bedrock. Yeah, so here's where we're at, and I have actually mined up an entire, what is it? I have counted up everything in there, all the loot, but I wanted to show you something first. We've been looking for something for a while. That is a spawner near our base. And we've struggled with this so much so in this series that we have a zombie XP farm all the way, like, you know, halfway across the world, I feel like. Well, we found one. We found a spawner close, and it's actually in this cave that we dug into. Oh, Lordy. And it's not a skeleton spawner, as much as I wish that was the case, because we could get unlimited bone meal from that. Oh, we got a bone, or what is it? A bow? Yeah, we'll throw that away. There's another iron vein here, by the way, which we could tackle later, obviously. But up this way is the actual spawner. And here we go right here. It happened to be a zombie spawner. So again, we already have a zombie XP farm. I don't mind going into the nether to go there. So this is just going to kind of stay put, unfortunately. If it was a spider spawner or a skeleton spawner, we'd probably do something with it. But anyways, figured it was notable enough to share with y'all, and you know, the timing couldn't have been worse. You know, maybe 10 to 20 episodes ago, this would have been a big find, but no worries. You guys are probably wondering how much one of these iron veins will actually give you when you completely mine out the entire area. And as you can see, it stretched on pretty flat down there as well. Well, here we go. With a Fortune 3 pickaxe, we got over a stack of raw iron blocks. We also have 50 diamonds from this, which is crazy. And then all this tough and cobbled deep slate. And then we got diamond horse armor from the, what is it? For the loot for this zombie spawner here. So that's not from the actual, you know, from the actual Thaney McBobber, the spawner. Yep. Or from the iron vein. What am I talking about? I need my coffee. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and take up all this loot, and I'll probably take up a few stacks of tough as well, and we'll have to come back later for the rest of the stuff here. But I wanted to show that off because we're doing mining on and off. You know, whenever the camera's off, or I guess between episodes, we're doing a little bit of mining. So just wanted to share our progress there. Boom, we are up right now, and we're gonna have to cook this iron up, and I think we might just need to store it here. I don't know exactly what I want to do yet. For now, what we can do is store this tuff here, and I think we could try to at least smelt up some of this iron. Okay, so it's almost 10 stacks of iron here, in case you guys were wondering. So what we could do is just leave it here to cook, and we could come back and pick it up later. I don't want to start the episode off, you know, waiting down here for 20 minutes while all this cooks. And it's very convenient to have lava right here ready for us. And in case you guys are wondering, I did leave some more buckets down here as we're getting more iron. It's just a lot easier to pre-fill some of these buckets. So looks like we have one left over and then 7 more in the reserves here. But yeah, 10 stacks of iron are now cooking. We're 10 stacks of iron richer. And we'll leave that here, and there's probably like 3 more mega iron veins down there that we can mine out. So no need for an iron farm yet. We could get it pretty easy just by mining. Okay, we are back on the surface here. I've put away all of our goodies. Our inventory is nice and clean here, and we're ready to get on into this episode. So in case you're wondering, in case the title wasn't clear enough, we're going to be building an automated farm, like our first real redstone build. I don't count anything else. This is like our first real redstone build. I want to make a moss farm. And the reason why we're picking a moss farm as our first automated farm is because we're able to convert that into bone meal. And bone meal is like the lifeblood of Minecraft, I feel like, when it comes to growing up anything, whether that's glowberries or vines, sweet berries, whatever the case may be, saplings, which is huge, saplings. And we're going to, open up that part of the game later. But bone meal is so fundamentally important to opening up the game and the possibilities and efficiency within the game. So it's a huge component. We love farming too. Again, we've kind of established that before. We are farmers, I guess, when it comes to Minecraft, and bone meal is a farmer's best friend for sure. So I was thinking of building a bone meal farm right here in this area. And it's going to involve lots of redstone and different game mechanics that we can definitely talk through here. And I could go ahead and try to freelance my own. Basically, we'd make a stone generator, utilize some pistons, and get some bone meal in there to start, converting stone into moss. And, we could do that, or we could follow a tutorial where somebody has made the most efficient version of a moss farm, which we could then, transform into bone meal, obviously. And this is my preferred farm to use. I've built it a few times. I've built it once on Craftworks Season 1. We built 4 of these technically on Craftworks Season 1. And it's definitely something I want to incorporate into this world here and start getting some bone meal, because currently our only source of bone meal comes from our windmill, and we basically transform seeds and beetroot seeds into bone meal because we have so much of it, we don't need to, store anymore. So that's our only income of bone meal, and we're starting to go through it more quickly as we advance through the game. So I think our biggest need here is to eliminate relying on that for bone meal, eliminate relying on, caving and killing monsters at night for bones, right? And focus more on just getting a passive, or really an effortless form of bone meal once the farm really gets going here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to gather up some redstone materials and build this thing. And if you guys want to learn how to build this bone meal farm in your world too, I'll link it in the description below. It's a very great tutorial, very easy to follow, and it's a very effective, effective build that you could put in your world so that you could open up the game just like we're trying to do today. And after that, our focus is going to be primarily on decorating this area as well. So again, I want to focus less on the redstone build. It's going to be great to incorporate here, but we're going to focus on more how we can make this look better, and then how, this is going to tie into our future plans. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and build this dang thing. Maybe do a little time lapse of that. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but a little building montage. Who knows? But we're going to build it, and we'll be right back. Okay, so literally 20 minutes later, that was me crafting all the resources needed for this. It's pretty light as far as resources go, and then building this thing. And I've already built it quite a few times, so I'm hoping I didn't mess this up too much, but this is what it is. So this is a moss/bone meal farm here. And as you can see, I decided to use the chiseled stone bricks block. I enjoy using this for redstone builds because I could easily count out the blocks here. So it has a little square on each one, so it's a lot easier than other blocks like stone bricks or something else. So that's why I decided to use this block here. Now, how this works, we have some composters here. What is it? Yeah, that's not answering the question here. Essentially, down here is where all of our bone meal is going to be. And if we want moss, it'll be collected here. There's a moss mode to this farm. But where all the magic happens is up here. So underneath these blocks are pistons that push out stone that's being generated here. So there's a little water, there's a layer of water underneath this block here. And whenever lava falls directly on top of water, it'll turn it into stone. Now, if it was the opposite, where it was running water and lava at the same level here, like if I put lava on this side and running water here, it would create cobblestone in the middle. So that's how that's the difference between generating stone versus cobblestone with lava. So you want running lava directly on top of running water for the stone here. Now, whenever you bone meal moss, it'll turn the stone blocks around it into moss as well. So underneath this moss block here is a dispenser. We put in some bone meal here that we've already got from our windmill over there. And essentially, there's an observer right down below this block here. And that observer, whenever it shows that a block has moved from here from a piston, when we flick that lever, that observer is going to go down. Bone meal is it's basically going to trigger bone meal and move items up the elevator, by the way. So we have some more bone meal in there, just so there's a continuous motion moving up. There's a little item elevator there with droppers, and that's how the farm works. Now there's two modes. There's bone meal mode and then regular moss mode. So if we want to collect moss, we flick this lever here, essentially, to where it would not take in items above it. Hold up, oh, I'm an idiot. Hold up. And this is why I don't do redstone tutorials here. But I'm pretty sure if we have this here. Okay, wait, hold up. I goofed up here. We want to lock this here, because I believe now, yeah, see, it's not collecting any items there. So instead it's going to go down to there, to the hoppers that feed into here. And obviously we can't compost chiseled stone. So we want to leave that lever flicked this way so that it's not collecting the moss, and it'll just transform everything into bone meal. So when building one of these farms, you want it to be generating bone meal for the first couple hours of it running, and then you could swap it to moss mode if you want. I'm not really too keen on collecting all the moss blocks, so we're just going to stick to the bone meal mode. With that being said, let's see if I followed this tutorial correctly, and let's see if it's working. But it's a pretty nifty resource light farm that you could build in your world here. So all I need to do is flick this lever here, and I believe it's game on. Oh my gosh, I actually did it correct. Hold on. I did this correct, right? There we go. It goes down. It composts. So I built this on an SMP, and it kind of had some issues where lag would cause it, server lag would cause it to create cobblestone, and then it would jam up the machine and it would stop. I hope we don't have this issue in a single player, but we will see. But now we have this farm here, and we're just going to let it produce moss. We shouldn't have to touch this ever again in theory. We'll see how that theory holds up. But if we go down here, let's take a look at how ugly this thing looks from afar. Oh, lordy, lordy. Yeah, that's ugly. Again, we're going to do the portal test here. So if we look out this way, it's so beautiful. Then over here, it's just completely ugly. So we're going to have to find a way to turn this into a nice looking building that complements our beautiful house in the hill. So I'm going to gather up some blocks. Again, I have no idea how we're going to cover this from here, but I want it to be functional. So maybe we could try to work out an interior here, how this is all going to look down here, because eventually this is going to fill up enough to where there's going to be, no more bone meal. It's going to be overflowing with bone meal, and it's all going to head down into this chest. So this will be our eventual collection area. So that being said, yeah, let me get my thoughts together here. We're probably going to build inside out. I'll show you what that means. And hopefully we could have something that looks good and you can't even tell there's a ugly redstone build inside. Okay, so I got my thoughts together here. We're going to be playing with a different color palette than what we've been doing before here. And one thing I wanted to show you, we're not ready to build just yet. One thing I wanted to show you was this. We're farming up trees kind of funky here. And yeah, we're making mega taiga trees. We've done this once or twice down in our enchanted forest. And obviously when you bone meal these up, it also has potzol kind of take over the grass around it. We didn't want to do that in this area. So a little trick around that is to just build a platform up, grab a few ladders, and then go to town. And the reason why this bone meal is going to be so awesome for us to, you know, have just an unlimited amount of now, not only for the bone blocks, it will be great, but it's also going to be great for this. Instead of having to, you know, wait, you know, a lot of extra time just for a tree to grow up, we could just use bone meal, skip that time, and gather wood at a lot quicker of a rate here. So again, this opens up the game. This is why I love building this farm so much in my worlds. And just like this, we could take this down and it's like it wasn't even here before, except the remnants there, but it's all good. Anyways, as you can see, I want to try to use a few new blocks to me. Spruce is obviously not a new block to me, but dried kelp. We are starting to farm up quite a bit of this down at the kelp docks. We could get a stack every single time we harvest that and just go to our furnace array. So I'm definitely wanting to use some dried kelp blocks here, give this a go and see how, you know, we could incorporate it into a build here. Now, one more block I will want to utilize quite a bit of is actually going to be some glass, at least for the interiors. And then maybe we could make stained glass with like a darker color, like a dark gray or black stained glass, or maybe even tinted glass. Let's take a look. I'm not sure if you can make tinted glass panes, but if we go here, yeah, plenty of glass. And then as far as ink sacs goes, how are we doing? Oh, wrong chest. I was about to say, yeah, we'd be able to make quite a bit of tinted glass, or sorry, what is it? Stained glass here. So I want to use the stained glass in the interior, and we could actually grab, let's grab a little bit here, maybe 36 glass blocks, I think will be plenty. Okay, boom, and I believe this will take 5 ink sacs total here, so if I take that, turn it into black dye, oh wow, that's our first time making black dye, make black stained glass here. We might as well just make some more. Okay, there we go, 40 black glass, and then we could turn that into stained glass panes. Perfect. Okay, so I mentioned the term building outside in. So we're going to focus a lot on how the interior here is going to work, and it's going to be quite simple. I just want a nice entrance. So we're going to build the little room in here and then an entrance that lines up with this here. Then after that, we could work on the exterior. So we're going to be going to this chest a lot right here. So I'm thinking on top of that, we need it to obviously open it, but I want to hide this redstone here, at least sort of. So let's go ahead and let's think through this just a tad bit. Maybe we can look into some different block options here. I'm thinking the deep slate bricks might be good to go with, and then deep slate tiles on the outside here. So let's go deep slate bricks. And we can maybe place this right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, just like so. And then on top of the bricks here, maybe we can go ahead and make some spruce stairs. So we'll go ahead and do this here. And then we'll make just a few more here so we don't have any excess planks. And we can put this right on top. And now immediately I'm already not liking this 100%. We're going to have to put some pillars on the side here. So we're going to take out these. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So that's already taken out there. Let's go ahead and see if there's any good pillar blocks here for deep slate. Maybe we could make this polished deep slate right here. So maybe we could take this up by a few. Something like this, perhaps. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And now I'm thinking we do it on this end too. Okay, so we have this in place right now, not looking too shabby. And let's just go another 3 this way. And I'm actually thinking we could place this all the way around now, just like so. Okay, not terrible. And then now we just need to figure out a flooring pattern in here as well. So maybe this could kind of be our edge here. And we're going to need to now line this up here. And then these are going to be interior pillars. I want the exterior to be a bit different here. Okay, so I pushed the wall back 1 right here. I'm thinking this will be good for our interior. And then now on in the middle here, maybe this is where we could put some planks perhaps. Let's think about this functionally. So in each side here, I'm thinking we want to put like a massive amount of overflow storage where we could store bone blocks and then all sorts of moss blocks here. Again, trying to keep this a little bit on the functional side too. So let's go ahead and make some double chests here just so we know storage wise how we're going to do. So we'll have 1 stack of, or 1 pile of chests here and 1 pile of chests on this side too. And then maybe sprinkle in some of these here. And then on top, we will turn these into stairs. So something kind of like this on both edges. I actually really like that. That looks good. So we'll have chests going up on both sides. We could actually make that now. So what is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 16. And that'll be plenty of storage for us here. Again, this is all interior. We're going to have an exterior wall going around all of this here. Now, as far as a floor goes here, I'm not sure what exactly we're going to do. Maybe I want to mix it up, not be wood, because wood's going to be the ceiling here. And I'm also going to heavily use it on the exterior. So we're going to come back to that. So for now, it's going to be grass. So, but now we have a format for the interior here. On top, at least up here, what we'll do is just simple little slabs on top, wood slabs. Let's actually just knock that out now while we can. Okay, now let's talk about the exterior here. So we have quite a big build going all the way back this way, and we'll maybe make some sort of like, access back here, like maybe a back entrance or something where we could go up a ladder here to toggle the on and off switch at any point. So again, I think that'll be important. But we want to mark out the corners here. And maybe, yeah, we're definitely going to have to do some terraforming. Not maybe. We're definitely going to have to do some here. There we go. That wasn't too tough. Okay. So terraforming is done here. What I'm thinking on the outside is that we have this right here. I'm thinking cobbled deep slate is kind of like a foundational piece here. And then we have little wood pillars going up of stripped logs. So let's actually figure out where these stripped logs are going to go. I'm thinking 1 here, 1 here, and then 1 here on the edges, and then strip them. Okay, so I actually just fixed this to where there's 4 blocks in between each pillar here because I accidentally did it wrong. So I'm kind of matching the front on the back side here too. So this is actually the correct way of doing it. So now we're just going to mirror this on the other side here. Now I'm thinking we're going to have to do some adjustments up front here, but on the edges is where I want to start having some fun. So right here, I'm thinking on this 3rd block, or at least on the 2nd one, maybe the 3rd one here. Hold up. So maybe we could go up 1 more. This is going to be our little test swath of build here. On this 3rd level here, I'm thinking of going up like that and going out by 1. And then we can have some more, hold up. Let's jump up here. Some more pillars headed out this way like this. 1, 2, 3. Up here, 1, 2, 3. And then this is where we could start having fun, maybe with the dried kelp blocks. So I want to see how this all mixes together here. And maybe we'll need to take this. Oh, wow. Hold up. I'm liking this. I am liking this. So I'm thinking we do this pattern all the way around on the sides here. We're going to have to figure out what to do on both ends. But on the sides, I'm really digging this. And then maybe we can start mixing and matching with this, the cobbled deep slate here. Maybe we could do some texturing there. But I do like this. And it's going to take up a lot of dried kelp, probably. I'm not sure if we're going to have enough. But I think we take that up. What is it? We went up 3 here. I'm thinking we take that up by 4. I think 4 is the magic number here. And then after that, we kind of put a roof on this thing, right? Survey says on 4. Oh, even better. Okay, perfect. And then maybe add in some windows there eventually. So this is the direction we're going to take. I'm going to go ahead and do this all the way around. And hopefully it looks good. Okay. So we did a lot more than we said we would. But sometimes we just get in a zone, and that's exactly what we did. So we farmed up some more kelp. And we also added a 3rd layer here. I was thinking it was still going to be too flat. So I wanted to add some more interest here. So we kind of have a 3rd layer utilizing some blue terracotta, which we really don't have any more of because we had that left over from building our home. This is going to be my first time taking a look from this vantage point here. I want to see how this looks walking out compared to what we saw like 5 minutes ago here. Wow, that is so much better. Oh my gosh. And I really do enjoy that we're utilizing some of the same blocks here that we have over there. So there's some consistency, but there's also some new blocks too. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this pattern all the way around here. I need to farm up some more blue terracotta. That shouldn't take too long because we have some clay that we could just cook up. And then after that, we're going to have to work on this entrance and the flooring here. So that's the next step. By the way, let's do a check. How much bone meal do we have? Yeah, this thing's running incredible right now. Look at all that bone meal. 3 stacks just in the collection chest. How are we doing in the item elevator? I am curious. We're going to take out a few of these here. Dropper's doing all right. It's doing all right. I want to kind of fill these up all the way, but that'll be a later time, so we won't worry about that. Okay, anyways, I'm getting back to finishing this place up. Yeah, and one more thing I want to show you real quick if we hop in here. One more thing that we're doing is we put some glass on top of the lava here, just in case, for whatever reason, we have fire tick on. For whatever reason, it wanted to light any of the exterior on fire. Yeah, I just put that up there just in case. I'm also thinking we're going to place glass all on top of here as well, so it's lossless. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Again, this is not, required at all. I just don't want any moss going to waste because it could sometimes get caught up right here on the edges. So you don't want that to happen. And you don't need to use glass as well. This is just so we can look into this whenever we want to check out the world later. So look at this. We could walk on top of our farm. No problem at all. And we're doing just dandy. Hopefully it doesn't break, because if it breaks, then we're going to have to break the glass here. But yeah, this is awesome. We might need to place some on top of here too. Okay, I guess we don't have enough, but yeah, some more glass needs to go up here real quick. But yeah, I'm making some blue terracotta. Just, what is it, for this top layer here. And we're going to add a roof on all the way around and then work on this entrance. All right, so the exterior is almost finished here. I did want to do the entrance with you here. I think there's still some little details that might be missing, like near these windows here. Maybe some shutters or something. I think we're going to do some spruce trapdoors around the edges here. But I wanted to do something interesting with y'all. I was thinking we can take one of these decorated pots, break it, and then make, what is it? Let's go in here. I want to make one of these flow pots. So if I take 3 of these and put this here, I believe that's up front. And we got this from the trial chamber. Perfect. And then maybe we could place this there and then an azalea. I like it. It's not perfect. Yeah. So one thing I don't like about this build here is the entrance. It's too close here, but I mean, at this point, what are we going to do? We could try to push back this hill a bit further by a few, maybe. but even then it's going to feel close, you know? Yeah, it's going to involve lots of terraforming, but anyways, that's no big deal here. We'll get this figured out, and maybe we need to make this 3 wide as well, this stairwell. So maybe we push it back to here, and that should give us 2 extra blocks of breathing space there. But it's a lot of work. We've been working on this for a while now, believe it or not. Take a look at it from this angle here. Absolutely beautiful. There is definitely still some touches missing here. What I'm going to go ahead and do, I think we need to add shutters here. I think we need to add shutters, maybe a few more potted plants with azaleas hanging out around here. I do like this concept here with some moss in the background. And also I do like that flow pot. It's just, it seems a little wedged in there, unfortunately. So I'm going to go ahead and break that too. And did I get everything? No, I didn't. Oh, goodness. Hold up. There we go. Okay, got it. And maybe we could just do one single pot here with an azalea. Oh, that's so much more nice. Maybe. Trying to make this a cool centerpiece here. I don't know. That's what we have so far. Maybe we could take one of these bricks, turn it into a stair, place this right there. How does that look? A little bit better. A little bit better. Okay. So what we're going to do... Oh, we can't place that there. Okay. We're going to do some little finishing touches here, including some shutters, maybe add some more potted azaleas around the edge here. And all we have to do in order to make that happen is turn this on right here, because we have plenty of bone meal in the system now. Yeah, plenty of it. We'll actually take a stack and just toss it right there in that dropper. But yeah, we're turning this on, and we're going to gather up some azaleas, moss, all that good stuff. Whatever we don't use, we'll just throw back here anyways. But we'll collect some, and we're going to just add the finishing touches to this build, and hopefully it looks good by the next time you're seeing it. All right. It's time for the grand reveal. Ta-da! There it is. Oh my gosh, it's just another great addition to this area, and I can't wait till we add a few more layers of stuff here. It's just going to look fantastic. Guys, this is awesome. And we'll go in and share what we did. We just added a few little underhangs and then some shutters up top, and then we added some azaleas right there. And then, some hanging lanterns as well. I figured that was the chef's kiss and a good finish here. So that's what we're looking like on the exterior. On the interior, we're using some moss, and we have some glowstone underneath the chests here. So there's going to be some additions here. I'm just running out of time. We've been doing this for almost 3 hours now. So typically I try to keep it under 2. But I got in the zone today, and we built such a beautiful building here. So without further ado, we're going to call it an episode here. We're going to walk on over to the Enchanted Forest and showcase one of your beautiful comments. Okay, and today's comment is coming from Afro Hameli 7450. Just couldn't fit all that on the sign. And they commented, I absolutely loved binging all the episodes of the series so far. The slow-paced gameplay is very nostalgic, which is why I enjoy it so much. Also, for the bridge, you should definitely experiment with using extinguished campfires as the base, plus adding tropical fish to the lake, and the Enchanted Forest could be another great touch as well. Of course, these are only suggestions. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you so much for the very nice comment. I'm so happy you're enjoying the series. And also, these are great suggestions here. So using campfires as the base of a bridge. And I believe we're referring to this bridge right here, which we upgraded. And again, okay, yeah, there's a drowned, by the way. A zombie just converted to a drowned there. That's what that noise was. But yeah, I'm still not sold on this bridge. We've kind of kept it this way for a while. And I think this is a great suggestion. So we might have to give that a go. And then also capturing tropical fish, which we can now get in 2 biomes. We could get it in the lush cave biome for sure. You could find tropical fish and axolotls there. And you could also find tropical fish in the coral reef biome. So I'm thinking we need to populate this little lake right here, maybe add a few tropical fish, maybe some coral. I think that would be fun. So very great ideas for us to kind of bookmark and do in the future here. So again, thank you so much for your comment, and everyone else who has suggestions. I try to read and reply to every single comment on this channel. So please feel free, leave suggestions, and they might just show up in this series. Oh Lordy, you could just see our brand new build peeking in the background there. We have taken over so much of this coastline here. We're going to be filling in the blanks, and eventually we're going to head out this way as well. Our empire continues to grow here on this world, and I'm just so blessed to have all of you people tuning in and along for the ride here. So we're going to do one little walk along the coastline here to get this angle of our brand new build, but I'd just like to thank each and every one of you while we're doing this for watching another episode of our single player series. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like rating down below. It helps out the channel immensely. And if you hated it, leave a dislike. Tell me why. It still helps us out, and I'd really appreciate it. Anyways, thanks so much for tuning in. Oh, beautiful. Have a good one, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Take care for now.